Hello, this is Ernest Burley Jr., your certified financial planner, your chartered financial consultant, your NFLPA registered player financial advisor, your author of 2 books on money management. Money Management Easy as 1, 2, 3, and Money Management from Grade School to Grad School. These 2 books are being used across the country to teach financial principles and money management principles to children, youth, and adults. So from various states and various organizations, I really appreciate that. And I ask that you buy those books out at Amazon. Go to Amazon and just flood them so they have to ask my publisher for more copies of the book. Either I can do a workshop for you, or you can just take the book and develop your own outline like other organizations are doing right now. I've done a couple of workshops based on the book too. So whichever way you want to do it, just flood Amazon and buy them all out, okay? I'm also an investment advisor representative. I hold the Series 6, 63, and Series 7 offering securities products to clients. I'm a licensed insurance agent with over 30 years experience in the industry, and I've been in business for over 25 years providing financial services and insurance to clients across the country, from the north to the south, from the east to the west. Clients all over the country, so state lines do not restrict or confine Burley Insurance and Financial Services from helping people in those arenas. And I just love that, to be able to provide various services for clients, no matter what state they're in, right? I have some clients globally, actually, in other countries right now. They reside in the United States of America, but they're just overseas for different reasons for their job capacity. Also, so my specialties include wealth management, investing, so IRAs, 401k plans, investment portfolios, things of that nature, asset protection, so protecting what you've accumulated, asset growth, so strategically growing what you have, financial planning, whether that be comprehensive financial planning or basic financial planning. I get involved with that too, to help people out with their path towards their financial success, or their goals of success. Also insurance, all different types of insurance. So whether it be life insurance, auto insurance, long-term care, disability, homeowners insurance, boat, business, contractors, church policies, what have you, professional liability. We have all different types of insurance plans to help clients in those arenas too. So yeah, we're here to help you. Also athlete management. So on the NFL side, I'm an NFLPA registered player financial advisor. On the NBA side, I'm an NBPA certified player agent. So I can get guys opportunities to get in front of teams and show their worth, right? That's what it's all about, to see if you could get an opportunity to play professional basketball in the United States in the NBA, or overseas. I'm FIBA licensed also, so I can get you an opportunity overseas. All right. Okay. So the purpose of this podcast is to educate you, to enlighten you, to empower you with clear, objective, unbiased information, so you can make some great decisions for yourself, for your family members, for your church members, help your coworkers or whomever. Just good information to help you out in various arenas, right? That's what the purpose of the podcast is. So that's what I plan to do. All right. So today's podcast is a good one. Well, all of them are good ones, I think, but here's a good one, an interesting one, right? Especially in markets, in today's market. So when to sell a stock. That's today's podcast, when to sell a stock. Now, many people don't have a grasp on how to manage their investments. They just don't get it, which I understand. I definitely get it, and it's very tricky. A lot of things to consider, from the bear market to a bull market, industries to invest in, companies to invest in, how the economy affects your investments, inflation, interest rates, supply and demand, how global events affect your investments, past performance versus expected future performance of your investment, time horizon, how long before you plan on using the money, tax strategies, and so much more. So I get it. I understand that it can be tricky, and it's just something very difficult and challenging for people to tackle for the most part. I totally get that. People get overwhelmed with it. But I have a very quick and easier way to help you invest, right? Well, maybe a little easier. You still got to do a little research, but here's a quick, easy method. It's one method that is being used out there that can be used. I'm not saying it's the best method, but it's a decent method. So here we go. All right. So what you can do is set a parameter, like a gain parameter on your stock. So what I mean by that, once a stock reaches a certain level, then you say, I'm going to sell it, I'm out. So for example, say you buy a stock at $100 per share. You may say, well, hey, once it hits 20% gain, I'm out. I'm going to sell that stock. So if the stock gets to $120 per share, you sell it. You say, I'm out, right? Or if you say I have a 50% gain parameter, if it gets to 50% over what I bought it at, that will be 150, then you sell, you're out. If you say, hey, once it doubles or makes 100%, then that will be $200 per share on a $100 stock. And you say, hey, I'm out, right? So that way you can it's kind of a surefire way to say, okay, I know when I'm getting out, right? Once I hit this mark, I'm getting out. Now, I'm not a super fan of this. I understand the logic, but I'm not a super fan of this strategy. I get it. Get in, make the gains, get out. So I understand the reasoning for it. But then where do you put the money? Like when you say, I'm going to cash out, where do you put that money? And also, you may have some tax repercussions as a result of that if it's not on a tax qualified plan. If it's in a tax qualified plan, then you don't have to worry about that. But if it's in a non-tax qualified plan, then you have tax repercussions as a result of selling a position. Also, you could be missing out on additional gains if the stock continues to grow, right? So that's the trade-off, right? So you say, okay, well, I'm going to forego possible future gains for keeping what I have. It's the bird in the hand is better than two in the bush strategy, right? You're like, okay, I know what gains I've earned here. I may get some more, but the trade-off is I'm going to keep what I have here in this hand and not worry about what I possibly could have made. I'm going to get my gains and get out. I get that. So that's one way to say, okay, this is how I'm going to strategically invest. I'm going to invest. I'm going to make the money. I'm going to get out at a certain parameter, at a certain gain mark. And this works in reverse too. This theory works in reverse. Like you can set a loss parameter also. So you can say, okay, well, if I buy this stock at $100 a share, if it goes down more than 10%, then I'm out, right? So that means at $90 a share, if it goes down below $90 a share, you bought it at 100, then you sell because you don't want to lose more than 10%. Or if you set a loss parameter of 20%, you might say, if it goes down to $80 a share, if I bought it at $100, then I'm out because that's 20% that I've lost and I don't want to lose any more. So you can use it in that capacity too to kind of cap your losses, so to speak. So it can work either way. That's one strategy on how to invest, but then you have to figure out where you put that money. You don't want to have it sitting in cash. So that's kind of the drawback on that strategy. But I get to get in and make the money and get out. I get that thought process altogether. I get that, but that's just one way. I'm not saying it's a great way, just giving you something to mull over and think about, okay? And that's it for today's podcast. See, real quick and easy. So since I did talk about investing in stocks and my credentials as a financial advisor and investment advisor representative, NFLPA, registered player financial advisor, all that kind of stuff, anytime I mention anything financial, I have to give you my disclosure, my disclaimer, okay? So here we go. Burley Insurance and Financial Services, Inc., 13621 Annapolis Road, Bowie, Maryland, 20720. That's where my firm is located, right outside of our state's capital, Washington, D.C., in Bowie, Maryland. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Next Financial Group, Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Burley Insurance and Financial Services, Inc. is not an affiliate of Next Financial Group, Inc. This material is not intended as an offer or solicitation for the purchase or sale of any security or other financial instrument. Past performance does not guarantee future performance. All the views expressed are those of Ernest Burley Jr., moi, and Burley Insurance and Financial Services, Inc., and not those of Next Financial Group, Inc. Next Financial Group, Inc. does not provide tax advice. And that's it for today's podcast. I really thank you guys for listening in. The recap is, hey, there's a surefire way for you to say, I'm going to try to cap my gains or keep the bird in the hand versus two in the bush type situation, or cap my losses. There's a way to do that. So that's the recap. You can set those parameters. The takeaway is you have to look at the drawbacks on that too, right? So where do you put the cash? Are there going to be tax repercussions for you, et cetera? So, figure out what works for you. I'm just giving you a strategy. That's all, okay? I want to thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate it. I ask that you forward this podcast to all of your friends, your family members, your church members, your coworkers, your employers, anyone that you're connected to, and ask them to do the same. So you share it and ask them to share it also, so we can make this thing go global. And, also ask them to check out my YouTube channel, because all of my podcasts are on my YouTube channel, Ernest Burley Jr., just my name. So subscribe. So go to the channel, subscribe. And I thank you guys so much for doing that. Every day, it seems like we're getting more and more subscribers. So I really do appreciate that. So ask all of your friends, family members, church members, coworkers, employers, acquaintances to go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, and check around in there with all the different podcasts, and I have some 1-minute snippets in there too that talk about a wide variety of topics from real estate investing to infinite banking to life insurance to your credit score, wills versus trust and beneficiaries, all different types of topics. So please go on there, subscribe, check it out. If you want to connect with me, very easy to do. You can email me at ernest@ernestburleyjr.com. It's just my first name at my full name.com. So ERNEST@ERNESTBURLEYJR.com. Or you can go to my website, ernestburleyjr.com or ernestburley.com. Either way, it gets you there. You can correspond with me through there. And also click around in my website. I have a lot of great information for you there. Or you can call my firm at 301-262-2600. Again, that's 301-262-2600. Call, we'd be happy to help, or just give you some information that could help you out regarding your financial situation or your insurance situation or question. Okay. And that's it for today's podcast. Still, quick and easy. When to sell a stock. Okay. Let's spread this podcast and make it viral, and also my YouTube channel. Okay. Hey, until next time, y'all stay safe out there and, take care. All right.